Good evening. Are we live? I think we're live now, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good evening.
Yeah, but he's playing the music.
I don't see the music on.
But that's the thing, he's not playing it.
Yeah.
We're just there waiting.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yes.
Hey,
You forgot to share that yeah.
yeah. So we're off to a rocking start right now.
You see us all quiet, waiting.
Because he can't hear us because he hears the music loud in his
Yeah,
earphones.
I hear the music, so I can barely hear you guys. But yes, welcome to the show. we're
I
off
was
to a
about to
great
rap
start
again.
right now. Listen, nobody wants to hear that. Sim keeps telling me he's gonna do the rap intro, in French, just like I might
Yeah,
dare
I'm
it
gonna
one of these
practice it in
days.
French. I'm gonna
One of these
practice it in
days, I'm gonna
French.
just be like, I'm gonna call his bluff. I'm gonna be like, all right, Sim. All right, Sim, go for it. So yeah, guys, welcome to the Pimp Your Project stream. We're back here as always with some great creators. We're here with Greg Levitre. Did I say that right?
That works.
All right, yeah, you can mention it. And then we're also here with David Feed.
Good evening.
Yes, as always, we have Sim in the house.
Hello everyone and welcome to the show.
So yes, welcome everybody.
Sim, you're a host on like so many different shows. It's amazing. You get around.
I twisted his arm and got him to jump on the pimp string with me. So
He's a stream whore.
I get around. Ooh, round, get around. I get around.
Stream whore.
Oh, we have an echo now. I think. Good.
Oh, that was weird.
all right. So yes, hail El Gargo, hail Benjamin Phelps, hail Tobias Shade, all in the house. Thank you for joining us on this episode. So yeah, why don't we get right down to it? David, why don't you talk about your campaign, Red Eyes 2?
All right. So this is my second campaign. First one ended a couple of months ago, was fulfilled last month, and this month some of them were arriving, some of the international backers. It's a dark fantasy story. It's kind of as the slogan says, if the dirty dozen, this old movie, World War II movie, what a desperate, almost suicide mission, was published by Heavy Metal magazine. So it's fantasy, it's with monsters and magic and all this kind of stuff. So the second episode, it picks up right where the first one ended. And it's about a group of rebels who are trying to save their land, but they inadvertently get their hands in a legendary world-ending MacGuffin. And so now every faction, every power in this continent is after them. And so they're like like I said, it's a group of rebels. No? Their country was invaded by these bad guys who were called the Hunters, which if we go to the main cover, this is the villains cover, this is the main villains, no? And so so they're trying to liberate their land, and they're like against unsurmountable odds against the superpowered hunters. And the thing is that this is like in the vein of the Dirty Dozen. The story is about this group of 9 heroes who go on this crazy mission, and each one of them has their own reason to be in this mission, either for glory, for fame, or some of them may be in this because of penance. So like the big cat, like he's kind of like he's in it for the thrill of it, no? And the hero, the protagonist of the story, Blondie, the guy with the mohawk here, he's the son of one of the high-ranking officers of this rebellion, and he got into so much trouble that he was, got himself a death sentence, and he was put in front of the choice, either you go on this crazy mission or, you get hanged tonight. So he goes along the mission, and this is going to be his mission of penance, his moment of becoming a hero, his hero's journey. Sorry. Of him trying to become a halfway decent human being or dying for the glory of this insurrection movement.
Oh man, sounds very cool.
Yeah, so it's a dark fantasy. It's an R-rated story, so it's not for kids. It's going to be some blood, violence, and some mild nudity. So nothing too extreme. And what else? Well, we got ourselves a alternative cover. Also, this I think this looks pretty cool. It was done by Odysseus Theodoratos, the guy who's drawing Xenotype.
Yep.
So kind to do this alternative cover for us, a bit reminiscent of this really old movie called Fire and Ice. And this is like, with the protagonist, Blondie, one of the hot chicks in the story, and the big cat.
Yeah, very nice.
It does look really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. So
Despite what that one guy's saying in chat, though, I don't know what he's doing.
The alternative cover looks gay, said someone in the chat apparently. Well, I like it anyway.
It does look awesome.
So, thank you. So it's gonna be full colors. This is just like some preview pages that were sent along with the ashcan. Also in the first project, in the first episodes, when it was fulfilled, I gave everyone an ashcan, and that was like a preview of this second episode. It was the first 12 pages in black and white, but the comic is going to be colored like the first one. Yeah. Also, the first one, by the way, was fulfilled by your boy John Mallon with his Secret Door Fulfillment Company. It's right here. It exists. It got to the backers. And
very cool.
I think it looks pretty amazing. And now, we're jumping on the next one.
So you just launched this?
No, this is like almost at the end. We are in the last 24 hours or something like that. Let me check.
Yeah, let me check. Yeah, I think it says 30 hours. Oh, nice.
29 hours. Yeah, exactly. This is the last 60 days of the campaign. So I kind of made the mistake of launching it when the first one was starting to get fulfilled. But then with the whole COVID and Corona, it got delayed so much that, so I'm once it got fulfilled and people were getting it, it was already at the end of the last 30 days, no?
Oh, nice.
Now, unfortunately, it got fulfilled. Everyone got it.
Is that closed?
The first one, yes, it's closed. But if you go to the second campaign, there's there's a second chance to get the first one. It's right here.
Nice.
So if anyone wants to jump in, one guy already took it. And then we have the regular, the comic with the normal cover, with the alternative cover, and a bundle, the first and the second together.
Yeah, that's always a good idea to do the bundle.
Yeah, exactly. Then we had two drawn in tiers, and both of them already taken. So
there you go. Those go quick in the CG. People love those.
Yeah. I'm surprised, but yes, they went away. So we're going to include a couple of new pages in the comic to include these lovely backers, of course. And finally, the featured perk is the Dungeon Master perk. This is something I did in the first book as well, which is the comic, the ashcan. Well, the ashcan is going to be included in all the tiers anyway. And a thing we call the Sexy Monster Girl Bestiary, which is basically like a Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder lexicon of all the monsters in the universe of Red Eyes, but with sexy pinups.
Oh,
so
nice.
We had one for the first book, and now we have one for the second book, Sexy Monster Girl Bestiary Volume 2. And this is how the first one looked, and now we're going to improve a little bit upon it. We had some, stats for a sort of a D&D game or some sort of a Warhammer figure game. And this is like a new illustration this is one of the old monsters with a new illustration. So all the also the idea for this new bestiary is that it's going to be how do you say, theme wise. So it's all going to be water and underground creatures. Like the first one, it was a mixture of everything. And so of course all the water creatures are going to come back, and we're going to have new illustrations, and we're going to have a couple of new monsters in this bestiary.
No, man, this looks very cool. This is one of those campaigns I've seen around, but I hadn't really done a deep dive in. As everybody knows, I'm getting ready to launch my project, so it's kind of been my mind's been occupied. Yes.
Yeah, I can imagine. It looks pretty cool. You're doing it with the Canales, right?
Yeah, the one and only. Me and
The
the
one and only.
Yes. But we can talk about that later. Anything? Do you want to play the trailer on your side? You want to give people a look?
Sure. Hopefully it works. I think I can share audio and everything.
Seems good, but Sam will let me know.
You want me to do it instead?
Oh, if you got it ready, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hold on, I'm getting it right now. Got it.
Thank you, Sim.
Boy, chat's really blowing up tonight. I think somebody's got a question for you there, David.
Okay, there's the tits. I'm happy.
Man, these guys have weird questions.
A little bit of tits, maybe.
Perverts.
What's wrong with you?
Comic readers, fantasy fans, I'm your host David Feet, bringing you Red Eyes 2. Farin Fair, son of the general, is on a mortal quest. After escaping elite hunters and fighting off mercenaries, surely things will be fine for our heroes. Red Eyes is back with more pages, action, monsters, a new Ashcan, and new entries in the Sexy Monster Girl Bestiary, only on Indiegogo.
There you go.
Sexy monster girls?
Sexy Monster Girl Bestiary. That's that.
Is that? Do they have tentacles and stuff?
Some of them have tentacles, yes.
You're one of them hentai guys, aren't you?
No.
I don't know. I'm starting to smell hentai in the house here.
Yeah, I've been accused of being a hentai and animu and weep and furry.
Look, just giving people what they want,
Exactly.
It's called fan service.
Yes.
It's if there's a market for or the demand. There's like expressions for that. Like if there's a demand for that, then of course you can supply the demand.
How do I pull up my goat, Ben?
I don't understand
what you mean.
It's also called fan service.
Fan service, perfect. There you go. That's it.
So, guys, you have about 29 more hours to back this. You can, if you missed out on the first one, you can go grab both copies. But yeah, go and support David. This looks very cool. I'm glad we were able to link up before it closed and was able to take a look at it. So.
It's gonna go in demand. This one, it'll be
nice.
On demand till I open Paradise 3 or something like that.
Oh, cool. When do you expect to ship this out?
July, August of 2021.
Oh, nice. It's not too bad.
We have like 6 month beats between books.
Yeah.
Then we'll move right on to Red Eyes 3. Unless COVID has killed us all or one of the mutations or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll mutate and, we'll have something else to be scared of. But
yeah, exactly.
That's life. All right.
Or climate change, unless the world is destroyed by climate change or, whatever.
Yeah. It'll be something else scary that'll.
Yeah, very, very scary. But yeah, July.
There you go. All right, let's talk about our next project here. Get a little drum roll. And here it is. It is Gun Demon #1, Devil's Overture.
Wow.
That's right, Greg. Why don't you tell everybody about this?
So many years in the making. Every time I see it on the screen, I just get chills, and the hair stands up on my arms. All right, so in our universe, in the Brain Cage universe, which we, if you haven't heard, we've got a comic book label starting up. Kemosabe and I have started it. We've got several creators on board. bringing superheroes. And this, my book is the entrance for the Brain Cage audience into what's going on in the worlds of heaven and hell in our universe. Heaven and hell are not supernatural places in our universe. They're planets, and angels, demons, devils. Those are all extraterrestrial beings. So basically, to sum it up, 3 demons are sent to Earth. A new type of human-shaped model are sent to Earth for a special mission. One of them finds joy and decides he doesn't want to destroy the planet. He made some friends. Hell sucks. And he becomes known as the gun demon because he falls in love with firearms. And that's pretty much it. It's an action-packed. I don't really want to say much about the villain because he's pretty special. You're going to have a whole act 3 of the book of him kicking ass across the city. But that's pretty much the first book. It's the entrance into it. And also Gun Demon #1 campaign is going to include a 10-page issue #0 of a World War Hell, which is one of our next phase titles, which we'll be releasing in between 4 to 6 months or so. So it's going to be the first appearance of Blitzkrieg and his team of soldiers, his squad, the Hellions. It's set in World War II, and the gates to hell open and the demons spill out, forcing the Axis and Allied soldiers to actually team up together to save humanity. And a hero is born in the middle of it, and some of the Golden Age heroes from our universe, have a hand in it, and it's going to be crazy. So basically, the log line, hell on earth has never been this fun. It's because you're getting plenty of hell in this campaign between Gun Demon and World War Hell.
Is it going to be like your next, the Gun Demon 2?
Well, the second, I've got an ongoing story across different books, and the second, the pattern I'm going with it is I'm going Gun Demon #1, and then I'm going to the next character, Celestian #1, of which Gunny is the protagonist from Gun Demon is his sidekick, and then you're going to see Celestian teaching Gunny how to be a hero, and in the third book I'm going to introduce Archivist, who's a techno mage, sort of our our Doctor Strange for want of a better comparison. And then we'll have a team up book, and then it'll be Gun Demon #2, Celestian #2, and Archivist #2. I plan on continuing each like that, but it's an ongoing story across all those books.
Yeah, man, sounds like you've been definitely tying this up for a minute now.
Yes, sir. Quite a few years, really. These a lot. Some of these characters I've only developed within the last couple years, but I've based them on a lot of content, that I had over the decades. Some of my best content I've thrown together, and yeah, it's really exciting. I'm pretty pumped up about it, and I really just can't wait to hold the goddamn book in my hands after all this work, man.
Yeah. When do you plan on launching this?
I'm going to be launching the last week of February. I don't have the exact date yet. I wanted to give Kemosabe a couple weeks before I launched. We're the phase 1 Brain Cage launches. And so Company Min's the first one launching, and it'll be the first one fulfilling. So you're going to be introduced to what the government does, U.S. government and other governments, like how they handle metahumans, superpowers, and all that kind of stuff in the Company Men. And there will be a couple Company Men seen in Gun Demon #1. So just to show you how much we are crossing over and how much our characters exist in the same universe, like our characters will be, in each of the different books, teaming up a lot and stuff.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, man, there's a lot of cool books coming out. January, February are gonna be packed, so stay tuned, everybody. Did want to, when you're doing this little preview, says Prexa include a 20-card collectible trading card game starter deck?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kemosabe and I are launching a collectible trading card game called Battlegate. And we've already got some creators that are outside of our team, outside of Brain Cage, who we're going to be developing decks for them, for their IP, specialty decks. In Gun Demon campaign, you're going to get the hero starter deck. That is if you pick up the perk. And in the Company Men, if you pick up the perk over there, you're going to get the villain starter deck. And it not only has Company Men and Gun Demon characters in the decks, It also has characters from some of the other creators. So you'll get to see, for example, Stefani Renee's character, which is yet to be revealed. His character will be in the hero deck in Gun Demon, and so will one of his villains. And then we've got Flicker by Ben Phelps. Actually, Ben's right there in the chat. He's one of the Brain Cage creators. And
Hail, Ben.
And then there's Daniel Fogarty's character Blitzkrieg. He's sort of somewhere between. Well, first I'll tell you, Flicker, which is Ben's character. She's one of our speedsters in our universe. She's the quickest speedster, and she's a really interesting character. Then you've got Blitzkrieg is kind of somewhere between Wolverine and Venom. He's real brutal. He's got a really good healing factor, and he's a real badass. I think people are really going to love these characters. So you'll get to see them first in these decks. After the Gun Demon and the Company Men launches, we're planning on launching a tabletop battle game for Battlegate, and it will come with its own decks and hero and villain decks, as well as miniatures for the characters in those. However, Battlegate is going to be modular. So every one of these types of battle games we build is going to be built on top of it. So if you have these original hero and villain decks from Gun Demon and Company Men campaigns, you can just pick up the miniatures later, and then you'll be able to play using those cards if you want in the battle game. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, we got some shit planned. I'm just excited. This is stuff I want to see anyways. So, it's kind of a no-brainer to me. I think a lot of people want to see these things. Trading cards are really great because they've got art, but people have been saying for some time, why don't we have a collectible trading card game in Comicsgate, instead of just normal trading cards? So here we go, guys. We've got one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are jumping on this train. I think this guy called Critical Blast, he also wants to do a comics or Comicsgate friendly project where people from all campaigns can contribute to his game. And I'm trying to do like a game with figures with my sexy monster girl bestiary, and yeah, I think what you're doing is awesome. Getting the three of you together to create this joint universe. Do the Thomas Moria character, is he gonna be in your cards, or is it only going to be like people from your Brain Cage universe?
Yeah, Thomas Moria will not be in our universe. He's his powers are supernatural. And the Brain Cage universe does not have any supernatural powers. We also don't have time travel and alternate realities. Everything outside of that pretty much goes. I mean, we have characters that are evolved beings. We have extraterrestrials, genetic manipulation, all that kind of stuff going on, cybernetics, you name it. Just, I consider it sort of a modern comic book style, where when you're developing a comic book so that it can actually adapt really well to the screen and suspend the disbelief of moviegoers who may not even be into comic books at all. They just want to see a good science fiction, horror, action movie, things like that. So it's sometimes like, it used to really bother me. I had to ignore the fact that you had Thor, who had supernatural powers, and Doctor Strange, with magic right next to Spidey and Iron Man and these like scientific characters. It was always weird seeing them in the same universe. So we're going to stay away from all that stuff and stay away from the things that break superhero universes.
Comicsmate is saying in the chat, like, no supernatural stuff. Your first book features a demon.
Yeah, Dean, you're just butthurt because I'm like anti-pitching your book.
But you say it's from another world, no? Like I like this idea, no? That like hell is a planet, heaven is it's another planet. They're like enemies, I suppose.
Yeah, people can go supernatural all they want in their books. We're just not going to do it in the Brain Cage universe. It's something all of us Brain Cage creators are united in. It just makes sense to us that a shared universe like this, that's going to have continuity and all that, is going to have powers that the audience can actually understand, that aren't mysterious and things like that, so that they understand true threats against the heroes, all that kind of stuff. Another theme that we stick to is our heroes are underdogs. They're real underdogs. So if you look at the cover of Gun Demon #1, for example, you see Abaddon, the villain. just smashing Gunny through a wall out, and just he's massive. He's very powerful. He way outpowers Gunny. It's just not fun unless you got underdogs. We don't like Captain Marvels, right? So
Yeah.
that's one of the things in Brain Cage we're sticking to. Our characters are not super powered. In fact, I would say our strongest character, power-wise and strength and all that, and invulnerability, would be Abbott from the Company Men currently. And Abbott's probably somewhere around the Golden Age Superman level of power. So nowhere near today's Superman, for example.
All right. I just want to say hey to Chad. Dan is in the house. Dean, Joe, thank you for joining us, everybody. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe to the channel. We're here every Friday on the P.I.M.P stream. We're talking with great creators like Greg and David, just talking about their projects and, and not trying to be here for 3 hours and, trying to get you what the project's about and then, get in and get out. So, yeah, man, let's go subscribe to the mailing list for Gun Demon. All the links should be in the description, so it makes it nice and easy for you. You can go just click on the description and you'll see the links to the mailing list, to Red Eyes 2, and to the next project that's coming up in 1 second. You just share the screen here.
We're going to see Nat. Is Nat next or Ace?
That's the question. Do you want to share it, Sim, or do you want me to share it?
Oh, man, I was going to open with the video. I got mine and yours ready.
All right.
Tales from the Napverse. This ongoing anthology collects short stories introducing characters within the Napverse and are all connected to the main series, Nap the Merc. This 64-plus page perfect bound anthology series collects short stories introducing Nat, Lawani, Rose, Zen, and other characters within the Napverse that you'll get to know and love in this prelude. This volume contains 2 previously published Nat stories, as well as the previously published Helena Rose stories, introducing you to those characters. In addition, you'll also be receiving 2 brand new stories by Simon Sim Paultier. Royal Rumble, colored by 7 Legions Michael Beacon. Also, Nat and Zed, colored by Spartan Scotsman of Xenotype. Arm up and fire off into the Natverse.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and now we just passed the 6K today.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Backers, so 107 backers just passed the 6K. And, I'd like to say, come on, you can't really get more bang for your buck. For $25, you get 2 ex libris, meaning 2 prints, 3 stickers, and if you're one of the 200 first backer of a physical book, you get a sketch card with it for $25 plus shipping.
Oh, nice.
And all the colors should be done by in like 3 weeks, about like by next month. And we're ordering the proof, then going to print and fulfilling. And as you know, it all goes by fast, like we did with Bloodhound. As soon as the order's in, it goes fast.
There you go. Yeah, man. Good to see some more movement on this, man. It's been a long time coming, man. I see all the colors you keep updating and everything looks beautiful, man.
Yeah,
look great.
I update them directly, like I do updates, and I also update them directly on the campaign. As you can see, you have all 3 first page of Elrica, colored by 7 Legion Beacon, all updated, full colored. Now we have the Scotsman colors, all 3 first pages updated, waiting for that one. But after that, I'm not sharing more because spoilers.
Yeah, you gotta save some secrets. Yeah, I think you and Billy Chuchi are the two guys who've taken my update the backers thing the most. I don't think I get. They're the two campaigns that I see the more emails from than anybody else, which is cool.
Yeah, remember when we used to do Blood Talk? It was you on updates and me on saying, "Please,
Yeah.
people, tell how many goddamn pages the book is."
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I gotta start taking some of our own advice, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
So yeah,
man.
please. And one thing I'd like to say is, people didn't seem to notice, but those two last tiers right here, the original page and the original Simon Bisley, the shipping's included.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's
And
sick.
here I followed what you told me, Ace, and I put a retailer bundle, 5 copies for $100, and people also get the trading card with it, and you get the extra perks that are unlocked. So the prints and this, so the stores could sell them way more expensive after.
Yeah. It's a good
And yeah.
idea for most, especially people who've already done a campaign and stuff. You have like a track record in that way. I think it's pretty safe to assume, if you can order multiple copies for a store or shop or something, that you'll get them. So.
Yeah, and if you missed my previous book, you can get it here, Blood Hunt, or you can get the digital copy, and I send it to you right away.
You gotta grab Blood Hunt, man. Like people, that's such an underrated book. Not enough people talk about it after it was fulfilled.
Yeah, Kimosabe did a pretty cool review of your book.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, most people tell me they really liked it, but it's true. We don't hear much about it, but it's there, and it's
Maybe
80
it's true what you say that,
pages of bloody mayhem.
It's competition and people don't want to talk about it because they are afraid.
But 80 page of bloody mayhem. Trust me, it's fun.
Yeah. It was the most action packed book I've read from CG. Read quite a few.
Yeah, are you gonna have a Blood Hunt too?
Yeah, but it's not planned for at least 2022.
Yeah, but you'll get something in between.
Yep. Like right now, Brian Kreisgau is writing the crossover of Blood Hunt and Doc Salem. So that's there's gonna be more Blood Hunt, but the actual sequel not until next year, because there's a reason for it. Trust me, you'll understand when you get number 2. There's a reason for it.
Yeah.
This Doc Salem, he gets around apparently.
Yeah.
But dude, come on, how can you resist to the idea of a monster for hire meets a monster hunter? How can you not want to have that happen?
It almost writes itself.
That's what I said, right? And even Brian agrees.
No, it's good.
That's great. Yeah. Also, stay tuned for a little something we call Blood Ace.
Yep. And talking about the Ace, I also have this ready, bro. Ready?
All right, go, brother.
When a young man in search of purpose stumbles across a shooting star, his life is altered forever. The alien remnant transforms him into the Ace, a super-powered armored being with wondrous capabilities. The Ace is a throwback to early 90s Marvel comics like Darkhawk, Sleepwalker, and Death's Head 2. This is the story of an average Joe thrown into alien and extraordinary circumstances. As he struggles to get a grip on his newfound abilities, bounty hunters from outer space come to collect his prize. The Ace. bringing the fun, weird, and fantastic back to comics. Don't miss out. Learn the origins of the latest sci-fi legend.
The Ace.
And there you go.
That's
And
right,
before we
guys.
keep going, I just want to answer Dan there. Yeah, you got it. This oozes 80s cyberpunk vibe, heavy metal, and yep, that's it. Heavy metal, 2000 AD. That's my jam, dude.
I was going to say this is more. You said something about Marvel, but this feels more like Green Lantern, no? Like the ring falls to Earth, like he finds it, and
Yeah, but that's what he
Yes.
says. Darkhawk. If you never known read Darkhawk, like that's the same principle.
Yeah, it's definitely got Green Lantern inspired. Also, Green Lantern is one of my Hal Jordan is probably my favorite comic book hero. But yeah, like the Darkhawk comparisons to anybody who's read like the first 25 issues of Darkhawk, it's pretty clear. Like a lot of the inspiration comes from that. It's not similar as in the story because it's my own twist on it. But you can definitely see the inspiration for it. But yeah, guys, after all this time, the Ace is finally launching Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Join me
Congrats,
on
bro.
Red Gaze channel. Thank you, brother. A long time coming, a lot of hard work. It's been almost a year and a half. Finally, all the art is completely finished on this book. It's been fully lettered. Now, that doesn't mean everything is done. We still have some fan art pages to do. We still got to do the thank yous, couple other things that have to be kind of put together. But the heavy lifting is done, man. All the art is finished. The letters are done. So now I can just promote this bad boy like a monster
So-
for the next 30 days.
So can I ask you about that fan art pages? You're
Yeah.
printing out pages of fan art in there? Is that going to be in the book?
Yeah, I'm putting together a section in the back. I got
That's cool.
the reason it's taking so long is, I'm trying to get everybody to like reply to emails. There's got to be certain paperwork and stuff that has to be kind of done. I got to get the high res files. So that's why I kind of waited to do that at the end once I was ready to launch because
That's a cool
I needed to
idea.
make sure everything was done. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what to do with fan art. Like that would be really cool. That sounds like a really cool way to go about it.
Yeah.
What would you think about like a separate book of fan art, like a small like 10-page or something, also like in a campaign? Would you think that would be a good way to go about it too?
Yeah, you could definitely. I've thought about doing like an ash can with like behind the scenes and making of. Also, I've had all sorts of ideas, and it's just about kind of putting it together, getting the time, and
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always thought it's always cool to see stuff like that. I like seeing like the sketch concepts, all that kind of stuff. I've always been fascinated by that. So definitely I think a lot of diehard CGers would be too. Just want to say hail to Chris in the chat, Tobias, brother. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us today. Like I said, guys, you got all the links to everybody's campaign or projects are in the description. Make it nice and easy for you. Just click on it and you'll find the mailing list for Gun Demon. You will find the link to Red Eyes 2 campaign. You'll find the link to Tales from the Nightverse campaign, and you'll find the mailing list for the Ace. And you only have 2 more days to sign up to get the exclusive trading card. You cannot get it any other way but signing up. Please check your spam folders and everything because I will be sending an email on Sunday.
If it's not in the spam and you're using Gmail, it might be in the promotion or the updates.
Yeah, so check that out. The email that I'll send Sunday will have the link to Secret Perk. The Secret Perk will get you the book plus the trading card at no extra cost. You can also add on some of the other tiers if you like before checkout. It's just probably the easiest way to kind of set up this thing for the mailing list. So stay tuned. Watch for the email. It'll probably drop a few minutes before 3 or right around 3. But yeah, guys. Yeah. Now's the time. Ace is coming.
For yours and for Gun Demon.
Oh, awesome.
By the way,
Thank you.
the shark that has like this like huge machine gun.
Yes.
And the machine gun has a fin as well. So
Yeah, that's someone like the first art I had. His look is a little different from the final version, but the idea is the same. It's like this badass bounty hunter shark from space that comes to Earth to find the armor and take it for himself. So his name's Akula, and he's been a big favorite. Anytime I show art for him, people always they always comment, "Oh, it's a giant space shark."
Yeah.
He's a lot of fun, and I have a lot of ideas for the future to tell a lot of more fun stories with him. He's become one of my favorite characters. So they're gonna dig him. So
I can imagine.
He had like, oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I can imagine, why people would like that, because a lot of Comicsgate is people around our age, 40s, 50s, 30s, and a lot of us grew up with the movie Jaws, and that really, had a huge effect on a few different generations there.
Not just that, we also grew up with the type of sci-fi, the science fiction, that we had all type of aliens like squids.
Yeah.
We all know this stuff, so as soon as we think of aliens, we're not just gonna think of Greys, right? We're gonna go with the shark people, dinosaur, lizard, cat people, tentacles.
Oh yeah, but there's also fun stuff in the Ace. There's even like this kaiju with like 100 tongues that come out of his mouth. That's gonna be in future volumes. People are gonna. Yes, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Like I said, the fun, the weird, and the fantastic. Trying to mix all these kind of different elements together to tell like a fun, ongoing story. So yeah, guys,
and
check it out someday.
Something called Space Heist too.
Oh, that's gonna be so much fun.
By the way, shout out to Kimasabi Way in the chat there. How you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Greg is unselling his book. I'm pre-refunding.
That's a reference to earlier today when David was boring me to death talking on a stream, and I said, "Dude, you're unselling it. You're fucking unselling it, dude."
Shut up.
I was totally gonna back your book. Now I'm like, I'm refunding it, and then Sim said, "What the fuck, you bitch? You didn't even back it." I'm like, I'm pre-refunding it.
All right.
It went on for hours. It was beautiful. I wish Mo Biggs would have been there.
Yeah, guys, you can check the replay out.
Love you though, David. You're a cool dude, man.
Yeah,
no, man. The campaign looks like a lot of fun. I'm glad. Like I said, one of the reasons I do this is, help campaigns that maybe might be a little bit under the radar. So it's always good to get more eyes on it, man. So wish you much success with that, Greg. Thank you for hanging out.
Thank you, sir. Thanks
Sam,
for having me.
Thank you for saving the show. We will be back next week for another episode of the Pimp Your Project stream. Before we get out of here, why don't you guys tell everybody where they can find you, Sim?
Well, you can find me on any social media, but right now I really like Minds, since we're all having trouble, issues with Twitter and Facebook. I've been a lot of Minds too, so you can find me there under Simon Sympathy. On Minds, it's Sim Inkslayer, and Inkslayer and all of this. And go back, tell some adverts, please, and don't forget to like and sub this channel. Let's get him more subs. And he likes to do giveaways. You like free stuff? Like and sub and share.
There we go. Greg?
Yeah, I'm at Gun Demon Greg L on Twitter, and I've got a Gun Demon and a Brain Cage group on Facebook. And if you just look around, type in like Alpha Male Champion, it'll bring you right to me anyways. Because the internet knows.
Yeah. David?
So I put my Twitter handle in the chat is HansAngel9, but I think you're better off if you search for David Feed on YouTube or on Twitter. You'll find me, and Red Eyes on Indiegogo.
Awesome. All right, you can find me on Twitter at Edwin Aces. Find me here every Friday on the Pimp Your Project stream. Please also, if you're a pro wrestling fan, you can sub to my pro wrestling channel. It's called Indie Wrestling Matters. I'm getting close to 6,000 subs there. So
screw that one. Sub to here.
Help our brother out. I won't be doing a giveaway there. A lot of wrestling fans. It actually would be more, but
that actually scared me.
Dead.
That actually scared me. So, do you have like wrestlers going around burning down cities?
Not quite.
That's horrifying.
Not yet.
Yeah.
No,
you didn't get the matter. Okay, never mind. I thought it was a good joke. Fucking critics.
Everybody's a critic. All right, guys, we're out of here. Have a good night. Peace.
All right,
Peace.
you too.
Later.
Cheers.